Terrific Tuesday. I've renamed this. This is Church Girl Takeover Tuesday.
I love
Yes,
it.
we are taking over the internet, the interwebs, the interscope, whatever you want to call it, every Tuesday night right here on Church Girl Rants. We are so happy that you all are here. Once you come in, say hello in the comments so that we can acknowledge you. Also, like and share. If you're on YouTube, we want you to like and we want you to be really, really diligent about commenting and talking to us because what? We like to talk to you. We want you to talk
Yep.
back to us.
Yes,
And if you're
yes.
on YouTube, make sure that you hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. It is Tuesday, so that means it is time for Church Girl Rants. This is the single girls take on the world. We're going to tell you what we think about everything. Now, this is our opinion. When it's scripture, we will tell you.
Right.
But if we ain't quoting scripture, this is just how we think about it, how we feel about it. So I
Exactly.
want you to welcome my lovely co-hosts, Miss Chrissy and Miss Sharon. Wave at the people.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I'm
Muy
excited.
bien. ¿Y tú?
That's all the Spanish they know. I'm just teasing.
Mm-mm.
I'm just messing.
Ah.
So it's bad when you took, for
Oh,
me, when you took a language a couple years and you still like know 12 words. Enough to go to the
Yeah,
bathroom,
yeah.
just about it.
right. That part.
Hey, Adrian, thanks so much for joining. We are going to have
Hey,
some
Adrian.
fun tonight. If you are just joining us, we are going to be talking about, and y'all, I'm going to say this ebonically. Wait a minute. Where they at? Where they at?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
if you are a Christian single woman and you are believing God for a husband, you're looking for one, and you're believing God is going to just plant you in the right place where, wherever you are, that He is there too. This is the
Mm.
show for you. So if you are, I want you to share this with somebody. And if you are our married friends that responded so wonderfully to some of the polls that I put out on Facebook this week, we want you all to join too and to tell us some of these wonderful stories about where you found Mr. Right. Y'all see the shirt I have on today?
Yes.
It says
Mrs.
Mrs.
Right.
Right,
Come on now.
Mrs.
Come
I like
through.
Right,
that.
yes. And then under there it says, just in case you needed a sign. If you needed a
Uh-huh.
sign, this
I
is it
love it.
right here. Here I am.
I love it.
I actually had this shirt made for a conference that I was at. And I was doing a single session, and so I went through the whole session. Then I unveiled my shirt for them, and it is actually really going to tie in to what we're talking about tonight, which is one of the reasons I wanted to wear this shirt because it's cluing into what we're talking about tonight. But before we jump in to the topic, y'all know we always have our question
Question
of
of
the
the
day.
day.
I'm gonna need some theme
Da, da,
music
da,
or some
da.
sounds or something for like when
Yeah.
we say that. Let me see something. I'm trying to find something that might not be the right noise. No, that's not the right noise. That ain't either. Boom, that's it. That's so right. Question of the day. That's it. When y'all hear that, it's question of the day. So, and
Oh,
if you are
God.
watching, we want you. Hey, Jamila, thanks so much for joining. If you are watching, we want you to answer this question in the comments as well. As we have our ladies on the panel answering, we want to hear from you too. So here is the scenario. This is scenario. So you got to listen to the whole matter. It says you flirted with a person who didn't show you a bit of interest in return. Then you meet someone you initially wouldn't be interested in, but after spending time with them, you come to like them. Then the person you've been liking all along starts to show interest in you. What do you do? It's quiet. It's quiet on the set.
Oh, it's not real quiet for me. You snooze, you lose. I
Exactly.
mean, basically,
I,
you snooze, you lose. If you gonna act like you just all that in a bag of chips when I show you interest, and
Mm-hmm.
then you decide that you don't want to show me interest back, and
Right.
then all of a sudden, once I'm taken, then you want to come, you
Mm-hmm.
busted. Come on,
yeah.
no,
Well, it didn't say
that's
you were taken. It says you start liking this other person. So you may not be
okay.
in an exclusive relationship with this other person. You
And
just
the
still
other person
liking.
starts liking me too.
Well, see, the other person already liked you. You just
Mm-hmm.
weren't
Yeah.
really feeling them. But you started,
Mm-hmm.
But you
after
started.
talking to them, like, oh, okay, he's a cool dude. Okay. And so now you're
Mm-hmm.
starting to like him. But then, old boy that you really liked initially was like,
Now he
oh,
wants to pay
yeah,
you
now he's
attention.
like listening.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Why didn't he like me in the first place? Why didn't I get his attention when, he had my attention? That's what I want to know.
Right, right. I like that. I like that.
Exactly.
You
Go ahead,
know?
Exactly.
Chrissy, and then I see some comments. Go ahead, Chrissy.
No, I mean, and sometimes, and it happens like that in situations. And so they were not paying attention to you or didn't like you like that when you had an interest in them. And as soon as you start liking, well, you start talking with someone else, all of a sudden they somehow figure out, hey, they're not paying me no attention anymore. Let me now try and start having this conversation with them. And I think that, yeah, like Sharon said, you snooze, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool at all. I mean, because if you were not telling me how you feel in the beginning, all of a sudden now someone's showing me attention, there is no need for you to start hating and get jealous, because I was trying to let you know in the beginning that I liked you.
I was trying to
And
holler
Right.
at you. Come on.
exactly,
Come
I was
on.
trying. You and you wasn't trying back, and now that I ain't trying no more, and somebody else done caught my eye, or I done found interest. Now you want to come along? Oh no, you could get the stepping, buddy. You could get the stepping and keep it moving.
I
Clap
love
back.
it. I
Clap
love it.
back. Clap
And,
back. And
and
look,
Adrian
Cheryl and
says, I'm
Chrissy,
sorry.
in the words of a famous serial, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. We ain't got time.
We don't have
Yep.
time. Adrian says that's
So
what she's
Phyllis.
going through right now. She says, I'm loving who I'm with instead of the bums who slept on me. She said, oh, you slept on me. Keep it moving. Jamila
Uh-huh.
says she'll keep talking to the one she grew to like. Oh, she's pulling them in. She said they are coming out of the
Okay.
woodwork on her. All right now. And
Okay, Adrian.
we have a
We need to
man
touch the
weighing
hem of her
in.
garment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil. He says he was possibly weighing his options.
Well,
Oh,
Well, now you have options.
yeah. I mean, and his options just got lighter.
Oh, oh, okay, okay. And Phil, I want you to let us know in the comments. Okay, when let's say there were 2 or 3, 4 girls, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12 girls that were options for him. One of which I was. But now there is someone that I'm not an option for them. I'm who they're looking for. I'm who they're looking for. And now I'm starting to kind of like him.
Yeah.
So should I not go with the one I'm starting to like to come back and be one of your options? So because that's the thing, because and this happened to me. Um,
my,
a
my.
young gentleman, I was feeling him pretty good. I was like, all right, praise the Lord. He was, businessman, doing his thing. But he was like, I was just like Phil said, I was an option. I was one of his options.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
liking him. I didn't have like a whole score of these other options.
Yeah.
I was just liking him, but he had options. And
Right.
then this other guy started showing interest, and it was someone I would have never, because I saw him like a brother. I would have never, initially. And I was like, well, okay. Then he circled back like, hey, I'm like, hey, what? And for the men that may be watching, this is how a woman is going to process that. While you
Exactly.
have your options, and then when she starts talking to somebody, all of a sudden now you're interested. This is what
Exactly.
she's thinking. I don't want to be somebody's option.
Exactly.
because just because you're showing interest now, you haven't said that all those options went away and that you want me. And how do I
Correct.
know that it's going to, be something that maybe you're genuinely not interested in me like that? I don't need somebody that's going to be playing around with me. And now you jealous because you see there I have another option that somebody else likes me. Then now you want to come into the picture. So
Exactly.
go
And
ahead.
I got another scenario that I'm seeing. It's just like, okay, so say if this gentleman was on a car lot looking at four different cars. He liked all four cars. He's test drove all four cars, but he still hasn't decided which one he liked. This other gentleman comes along, sees that one car that he likes, while the other guy off test driving another car. He sees that one car, he don't even have to test drive it. He just know that that's the one he wants, and he goes for it, and he puts in the bid, and he gets the car. So while the other one is thinking they got all these options, he just lost out on that one car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's up
Come
here
on,
trying to
Chrissy.
decide which one he liked the best.
Right.
That's a good
Nobody got
analogy.
time for that. Nobody got time for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And Phil said several of his options went away, so he circles back to you, which is now too late. And truth be told, for me, that's the risk you take
Yeah, it
when you
does. It's
weigh
the
so
risk.
many options. Y'all, this is my night of transparency.
Yeah.
My
Come
night of
on
transparency.
then.
It might not come again soon, but this is my night of transparency. I remember, me being like, you know what? Guys talking to 12 girls all the time while we sitting around waiting on this one guy. We gonna sit and we just gonna talk to him, but he's talking to the nations. And so I decided I'm gonna talk to a bunch of men. I'm gonna do them like they do us. Confused. I was like, I don't know how they do it. People calling, I don't know who it is. I'm like, wait a minute, which one is this? I think that's too much work. This too much. Because for me, and I'm going to say this is for me, it fragments you into so many, it was too much. I was like, either I like you or I don't. I don't know how guys do it. And because I'm not a liar, number one. So I'm not going to be lying to you and pretend like you the one.
Yeah.
So it was just too much. So I stopped and said, well, Jesus, of this I know, I was not meant for this life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and back in my younger days, um, I learned how the guys, did us as options. So I learned the game. And so, I played the game right along with them. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
committed to anybody, but I was always upfront with the fact that
Right.
I'm not committed to anybody. I was, sure, I love to eat. You taking me out to dinner, I'm not going to pass up a good meal. Thank you very much. Uh, and it was one time, my dad really thought that he had me because three of them showed up at the church all at the same time. Okay.
Wow.
All righty.
Okay.
But look,
Okay.
look, the who knew how to work the room. It was moi. I worked that room so good, baby, and I talked to every last one of them before they left the church. And the last one that I talked to, I knew he was going to want to take me out to dinner, so I made sure that I talked to him last. So, oh yeah,
Mm.
I look.
Okay, you
They
good? Because
taught
I was
they
like,
taught
mm-mm.
me how to play the game, but
Okay.
look, but in my older years, silly rabbit tricks are for kids. I don't have time for that. Those are shenanigans now.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
comes a time when you're just like, yeah, no, I'm good.
It can be
Thank you.
exhausting.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was
It can be
exhausting. It was
exhausting.
Yep.
exhausting. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, I don't have time to do this. I love
And
what
and
Phil says. Go
and
ahead.
if I'm an option now, if you
Yeah,
got
I don't
to
want to
try
do it.
to let me see that I'm an option, let me just help you know that I still have the option to stay single and I'm okay with
Exactly.
that.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not desperate to be with you, So I'm not going to just sit there while you decide, as Philip said, that the other options go away.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got, like Chrissy said, anybody got time for that?
Right. Right. And I
Exactly.
love his follow up. He says if a man is
I
really
like it.
into you, he will pursue you and you only, and you'll
Mm,
know if he is serious or not. Now
yeah.
that is
Now
the
that's good.
truth. I know when a man is into me, and I know when a man is weighing options.
Yeah.
I know the difference because when you have dated a man that is serious and intentional, you know when a man is not like, oh, he just, oh, I'm an option, okay, and so then
Mhm.
you treat the whole friendship like this is optional. You are a
Yeah.
friend. I won't even try to make it
Yeah.
anything other than that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
friend.
And you know, and I had a gentleman do me like it was someone that I really really liked. I mean, he was athlete. He was real tall. I like guys with the height and stuff. But he was just very nice. But you know, at the end, we liked each other. But he liked women. Just to find that he really liked women, and so he told me he straight up told me one day. He says, "Look," he says, "You are you are one of four women that I like." That's exactly what he said. He says, "You're of one of four women that I like," and he goes down the list saying that this one I like because of this, but I ended up being the one that he would marry. And even though that was a compliment, at the same time, I'm still not an option. You know,
Hmm.
I'm not going to be nobody's option, even though I'm the one that you would marry, because you're telling me that there's three other women that
Right,
have your interests.
right.
So
Mhm.
some women will fall for that, but I'm sitting there like I'm not a fool. I mean, even though you're saying you would marry me, but these other women have your interest still, so I don't have time. I that's just a little too much.
Right, because you don't know what he's saying to them.
Yeah.
And so if
Oh,
you've
the
got
line don't change.
for
It don't
yeah, if
change.
it's for other people, then how do I know that you're not telling Sally the same thing, telling Sue the same thing that you're
They
telling
are.
me, to keep us all interested and to keep us all
Yeah,
hanging on? And at a certain time, that's enough. Phillips says, but this is why the man gets angry, because he knows that you know the game, and game
Yeah.
recognizes game. Game does
Yeah.
recognize game.
Game does
yeah,
recognize game. And I
And
need you
yeah,
to be clear on that.
right.
You
And
know,
he may
you
be
gotta be clear.
angry, but we've been angry too because we've been gained
Right.
for so
yeah.
much. And I think men and women, we need to have this conversation, especially, and I'm going to narrow this down, especially in the black community. We need to
Mm-hmm.
have the conversation that you're not going to play with me like that. If you're
Right.
Yeah.
interested, say
Feelings.
so. If you're not interested, say so. And women, I'm just going, if a man tells you that he is not interested in a relationship, trust what he
Believe.
says. Don't trust what he does, because he will
Believe me.
sleep with you. He will do everything with you. But if his mouth said he doesn't want a relationship, trust. He meant that. He meant that.
Yeah,
Ain't
Yep.
nothing you can do to make him want one. Uh, and ain't no chandeliers you can hang from
yeah,
can make him want one. Try as you might. If he said that, he meant that. You can
Yeah.
yeah,
whatever. You can, yeah,
yeah.
lay it down, but hey, he gonna get up and walk off.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, ladies, I have had a few guys that had an interest in me, but I think that they felt that I was too much for them. So the way that they would say it, and it's been a few of them. They would say something like, "You need this type guy," or "You need a guy that can handle this with you," or you. And so I started saying, So you telling me that you're not the one, but even though you have an interest in me, you're telling me that I need this type guy. And
Right,
so when I've had maybe about three or four guys say that to me, guys that I've liked, and I
right,
said, "Wow!" So you now telling me the kind of guy that you think I need, which then I guess is not you, you
right.
know. So yeah, and so that's another one that they sometimes can slide it in there.
Yeah, and it's good that you knew. Like, okay, so you're saying I'm not the one.
Yeah,
So I know not to invest my heart and my time and my
exactly,
energy in you,
exactly,
Right.
because I know that
exactly,
you are telling me indirectly, because maybe you don't want to hurt my feelings or
exactly.
whatever, but you're telling me indirectly, sister, I ain't the one. And I want to go back to something Chrissy said about the car lot. I did a reel on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, y'all check me out on Instagram. I do reels all the time. I have fun on Instagram. And the reel
Good
says,
reels.
huh?
I said real good reels.
I have
Yeah.
I have a blast with reels. Y'all, the ones I got coming out are kind of serious, but I always throw in a joke. But the reel says, one man's "I'm not ready" is another man's "she's exactly what I've been looking for."
Yes.
And
Yes.
Hmm.
sis, I want you to know that because a man can keep you hung up for a long time telling you he's
Right.
not ready and he's going to get ready while there's a man across the street that is already ready.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And so, and I've seen this so many times where you're dating somebody that says that they're not ready and y'all break up and then 2 months later he engaged.
Yes.
It
That
wasn't he was
part,
it wasn't he wasn't ready. It was you
he
weren't the
wasn't ready for
one.
you.
Yeah, you were not the one. He was waiting on the one, and she came in the 2 months. He knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so don't let a man hem up your time while you could be finding or being found of the man that is actually ready to love you. So let's jump into today's topic. Where the men
Ooh.
at?
Where they
Where
at?
do single Christian women find good Christian single men? Where are all the good men? And so before we jump into that, I want to just
I'm just looking
preface that.
around.
Are they hiding somewhere? And somewhere I haven't looked. That's true, Phil. He says a man will know within 6 months to a year if he really wants to spend the rest of his life with you. He will.
We got to bring Philip on. Have a conversation.
That's my cousin.
Yeah, and he may know even before 6 months. That's
Yes.
possible.
That's true.
Like I said before, my husband knew we were only dating 2 months in.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that I was going to be his wife. Now, I said I hadn't heard from the Lord. So, but, yeah, it could happen just like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Phil, we're going to connect. We've been trying to get you on, but we're going to connect and we're going to make it happen. Hey, Lynetta, thanks for joining. So, everybody on the panel, and let me know, those of you that are watching as well, have you ever wondered where all the good men are? Has anybody ever wondered that? I'm going to lift my hand. So, y'all see my hand. See my hand.
Look,
And
my
I
toes,
have my
my
feet
toes
raised
are up
too.
too.
I have my feet raised too.
Yeah, my toes are up too.
Absolutely. But and y'all, here's the thing. I did a poll on my Facebook. I did one for women. And then a man in the comments said, "Well, where's this question for men?" Then I did a poll
Okay.
for asking married women where they were when they met their husbands. And then I had men in my thing. Well, were you gonna ask that for men? So then I
Yeah.
asked the men. I was like, well, I'm gonna get to everybody. I promise. I
Right.
promise. So I think that we are, for some reason, we're missing each other because I have guy friends that are like, where are all the good women at? And then I have my girlfriends that are saying, where are all the good men at? So there is some disconnect where single men that want to be married and single women that want to be married are just, we are just like ships passing in the night. Oh, Latanya said she was in another country when she met her spouse. Let me go and update my passport. I got to
And
update my.
that part right there.
I've been thinking he's not in my city. I don't think he's in my city.
Okay,
Mm.
he's not in your city.
That's what I've been thinking, or maybe not even my state.
Well, and y'all, let me tell y'all this. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, okay. Oh, being good because okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do it now. I was gonna do it later. When I did the poll, Lynetta said hers can't be in her city or her church. When I did the poll, I wanted to see because I initially did the poll asking for places where Christian single women can find Christian single men. And I got, 30, 40 responses on that. But then I
Okay.
said, you know what? I'm going to do it different. I'm going to ask married women, where were you when you met him? we got like 100 and something responses on that post. And so I was like, this is what I wanted y'all to tell me in that first post. Like, where were
Right.
you when
Yeah.
you met him? Like, where was he?
Right.
So that we can open our minds to where we might be able to find them. Because I'm like, okay, do I need to go to Lowe's, Home Depot? I was watching somebody on, y'all, because y'all know I'm on YouTube a lot. She was like, you need to go to some AAU track meets and some games, just where guys hang out. But some of the places that the saints of God said we need to be, it was like, okay, right, I got to take notes on some of these places.
You
And
know,
y'all, I'm just going to throw it out here. I saw the club so much.
oh,
I told you.
I said, we will have to have pass out tracks at some nice clubs around town.
yep. And I have my table set up right outside.
Right.
Oh,
I was like, okay, I need to go to the club. I have not been going to the club.
Wow. Me either. I
Look.
mean, I don't do that.
There were several, and I know all. Of course, it's on my Facebook page. This wasn't on my business page. This was on my profile, my personal profile. So I was like, I know all these people. So I'm like, and
I'm
now
shocked.
this may have been before their, this may be pre-salvation, when they met them. So I don't know that. That's why we gonna go witness.
Yeah.
or serve wings.
Or do some kind of advertising. Yeah, you could do that outside the club.
Latanya and Akila saying, please no, please don't go.
But here's the thing. I know that we're saying no, but at the same time, it does not have to be one of the hip hop clubs like that. So I'm a big jazz person. So there are places like Sambucas. Sambucas plays jazz, old school music, things of that nature. So
Like a
it
jazz
doesn't have
club.
to be one of those type hip hop where
Yeah.
everybody's pants hanging down and things of that nature. It can be one of those sophisticated, because I'm in my 50s. And so, we want something sophisticated. We want to hear old school. We want to hear Luther. We want to hear Anita. We want to hear Aretha. We want to, be able to do a couple of Chicago step or, things of that nature. So it could be one of those type clubs.
Yeah.
Akila said, what type of advertising we gonna do at the club?
Our businesses,
Right.
our businesses and our services.
Yeah, I used to love Sambucas. Sambucas was just, it was my kind of
Yeah,
vibe. It was my
Sambucas was
kind of
off
vibe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, and Phil says that's where he met his wife. He was performing
there?
one
Yeah.
night, and it just took off because
See there?
he does. You see, his name is Jazz Dad. He sings jazz.
Yeah.
And so he was performing, and he saw across the room. Ah.
I guess that's the place to go. I guess I've been missing it because I'm in church all the time and nothing happens.
Nothing. And it may be intimidating
even a
for
hey.
you, Chrissy, because if you're in church, you are at
Yeah.
your own church where you're the pastor, or you're at your father's church who's the bishop. So that may be an intimidating spot for
No,
men.
no. When I visit other churches, I purposely go to other events and stuff just to be there so I can be seen.
And what they say,
But
we thank God for Pastor Chrissy coming to be with us today. Y'all give her a hand. Thank you for coming.
Listen, I mean, I'm gonna get a head nod, but there is nobody coming up to me saying, "Excuse me, ma'am," or nothing. I get the "Excuse me, ma'am," and you're beautiful from just guys who I may see in the store.
Because they don't know you, Pastor Chrissy.
Huh?
Because they don't know you, Pastor Chrissy.
They don't know that you're going to lay hands on them
Right.
in about 2.2 seconds.
They just think you are a beautiful woman that's at Kroger, that's at Winn-Dixie, that's at Publix. They don't know that she's a pastor, she's a presiding prelate of
Right. That part. That
That's
part.
it. That is the intimidating. I think that's the intimidating part. Yeah, I mean, because I get them speak to me in the stores all the time. They say how nice I look. I even had a 25-year-old. He was checking, honey, to see
You
if I
better
had the ring
pull them.
on and everything. Very nice looking guy.
Right.
So I don't know.
And I saw Lynetta had put up there about jazz golf clubs. I'm not jazz golf clubs.
There you
I
go.
was watching what's her name? Oh shoot! It just escaped me from DC. I can't even think of her name now. She was talking about women that say they want a good husband. She said go to learn how to play some golf. Get out of the
Yep.
golf club because if he playing golf, he's gainfully employed. He got a business. Cause my dad golf ain't cheap.
There you go.
Yeah, my
So
father-in-law used to golf.
yeah, so if you golfing,
Yeah.
That's a good one. And also prison ministry is another one.
did,
What?
I so can't.
What
I
y'all got
can't.
quiet?
I can't. Ah,
and no,
okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Let me see, because I'm gonna pull
I
up
can't.
some. I heard everything in the comments from. There was a wonderful lady that I know that actually met her husband. He was in prison.
Yeah.
She said she was a DJ and he heard her on the radio. And now they've been married, I think, 20 some odd years.
Listen, that happens all the time.
Thank you, Philip. I
No,
sure
that happens
appreciate you.
all the time. It happens all the time. It's, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, but that's gotta that's just like any other marriage or dating or relationship, that's an assignment, but that's a real
It
assignment
is.
right there.
yeah,
You definitely got to be called to that. You got to be
yeah.
chosen. You got to be oiled down,
That girl said, "Oh,
definitely with the
down."
Holy Spirit.
You know,
Oh,
It's not for the fainted heart. It's
no, it
not for the
is
fainted
not,
heart.
honey. And I've always said, if you mess with me too long, I'll have a prison ministry, but I didn't mean that kind.
I mean, because there are plenty. Listen, there are plenty of guys in prison. I've had to go and teach classes, and my class before, I've done the females and the males. I mean, full of men, just full of men sitting in there. Some of them, they had certain past, but I say this here is where all the men at, right here. That all of them,
Uh,
they all are right there.
Phil says, "I used to be a correctional officer." That's a no, ladies.
I'm with Phil. I'm with Phil, honey.
and my father used to have a prison ministry too. It has to be an assignment.
It
Oh,
does.
It has
It
to be an
absolutely.
does.
assignment. Don't play around with that. If you, yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
Come out, I'm going for conjugals. No. That would be a no.
I don't think I
Mm-mm.
would do that anyways.
Yeah, but here,
Gee
y'all,
whiz.
and here too. And I told them I was gonna highlight a couple people that said where they met their husbands or how they met them. I'm not gonna give any names. I'm just gonna read some of them. One of my friends said um, her current husband called the wrong number, asking for another chick.
Ah.
She said, "I had the number so long I thought he was playing around and I cursed him out." She said he called her back. They have been married for 23 years.
That's a good one.
I was like, what?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. And another, one of the men said on the phone, and that's all he said initially. I was like, well, you got to tell me more than just on the phone. He said his current wife called after someone wrote her bad check, and he worked at the bank. And so he helped her get everything worked out and fixed and everything. And he said what struck him was she was so calm and nice during the
Okay.
whole thing that he kept her number and called her asking for, she's a hairstylist, asking for an appointment. Now they married.
Okay.
He was like, it pays to be nice. You just never know what's going
Yeah,
to happen. And
that
so
is
there were
true.
some of the coolest stories. about
Wow.
how people met. One person, what do they say? Oh, let me see. Let me pull them up. I'm trying to go through them real quick. Let's see. Well,
I
of course,
mean, it's,
my parents
oh,
met in high school,
yeah.
and I got a lot of school, college.
Yeah.
I got a lot of online dating.
Yeah.
Is how they met their spouses. Oh, there was this one I want to share. Oh shoot, I can't find it now, y'all. Wouldn't you know it?
Well, I mean, I think that there are so many different places that we can meet
Exactly.
men. It's just a matter of, meeting the right one, somebody that's for you. I think that's the whole thing.
Hmm.
Lynetta, I love you.
And be nice when you call with the. And this is a total aside. I used to work for the bank, and I tell people this all the time. When you have an issue, I don't care who you're calling, always be nice, always be kind,
Yep.
because the person on the other end of the phone does have
Yeah.
the authority to solve your problem.
Correct.
They have
Oh,
the authority
absolutely.
to do that. But
Yeah.
depending on your disposition
Yep.
when you call determines what they'll do for you. When I worked at the bank, I had the authority to refund up to, I think it was a couple $1,000s in NSFs
Yep.
Okay.
without checking with anybody. I had that
Yep.
authority. I was a lowly CSR, the first person that you got to. But if
Yep.
and it could be your error. So if you
Yep.
were nice to me, I could just refund it just because I wanted to.
Yep.
So I always say, if just be nice,
Be
Mm-hmm.
nice.
you'll get a lot more accomplished if you are nice. Because there were some
Yeah.
people, they be like, I know it was my fault, Miss Cheryl. I don't know what I was doing. And I'd be like, don't worry, I got you. And I would just refund it because I liked them.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I wanted to be kind to them because they were nice. Now there were some people, yeah. I'm sorry, ma'am. There's nothing I could do. It was your error. I'm so sorry. I don't know what. Oh, you gonna miss your car payment? Okay.
I mean,
So
yeah, but it pays.
it pays
It
to be
pays.
nice.
It definitely does.
It really does. It really does.
She got a husband. Praise the Lord. So it was just surprising, all of the different places that sometimes we aren't open to, and so that's what I want to kind of segue into, is being open wherever you are. Sometimes, especially if we are raised in the church, we are looking for our husbands in a church environment,
Hmm.
but that might not be where he is. So just be open and just be
I am.
nice everywhere, whether you're at work. I told them, I said, I'm gonna have to be smile more at work. Because I go to work. I'm like, okay, whatever, it's work. I said, oh,
Right.
I have to be nice at work
Yeah.
now.
I think for
That's
me, I
funny.
just need to get out. I don't get out as much as I
Right.
used to. And so I think for me, because I do work from home and everything like that, I just
Yeah.
need to get out, and, just see what's out there. But then I'm like, oh, it's so much work, all this dressing up and stuff. But but then too, when I'm out there, it's almost like everybody always thinks that I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Hmm.
like, uh, am I walking funny? Do I walk like I'm married? What is it that I'm doing?
Do
So
you have
that
rings on your on your? I mean, are you wearing a ring on that finger or anything like that?
these are all the rings that I always wear.
Okay.
That's it. So it's not like I'm wearing a wedding ring or anything like that. So
I'm sorry, I just saw this comment. It was hilarious to me.
I know.
She said, I didn't wait all this time for someone who is locked up. No offense to those who are called. I don't know if His grace is sufficient for me. I rebuke struggle love in the name of Jesus.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
which is why I say
I was just,
you've got to
listen,
be
I
called
was
to
just giving
that.
options.
Yeah.
I was giving options.
My sister is
Leslie talking about meet
retarded.
me at the
Meet me at the
club. It's going
club.
down.
And Phil, you are right. Yes, he says we need to get out.
Yes.
And I know that. And I was telling my sister that just from reading the not even just from reading the responses, just from doing this show. I said from doing this show, I realized how closed I am. And I didn't know before that
That's
I
me.
was like really closed off. I said, here I am. I'm saying that I desire marriage, but I am so close to love.
Oh, wow.
And so it has opened my eyes to being more open. And I think because number two, we've been going through the pandemic that I
Oh,
haven't
Philo, thank
been going
you.
out. You know,
Look, I think that's a compliment. Thank you. Look, I think
right? Is it?
it's it. Yeah.
So I haven't gotten back out in the world yet, really, doing a lot of stuff. But as soon as we open up for real, I've
Yeah.
said to
I don't know
myself,
about that. I don't know about that, Cheryl. You need to just go ahead and step on out on faith.
uh-uh.
I mean, but here's the thing, even with me walking through the airport and things of that nature, I'll have men that will look in my direction, but I
Right.
think I'm so just in my own world, just trying to get to the gate and things of that nature. I really
Yeah.
just don't pay attention. It's like, oh, hi, how are you? Or somebody at the TSA, they'll be like, so where you going? And I'm like, oh, I'm just going, da 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 da, get my bag and I'm out.
Out.
So you're not even taking the time.
you know, so I think if that's the case, I'm probably missing all kind of signals or whatever. I don't
Hmm.
know.
And probably so because when we are so focused, we don't have time to be observant to
Yeah.
see whose eye is catching,
Is
like
watching.
who's watching.
Hmm.
And so
Yeah.
because we're so focused, I gotta get to gate before, so because I like to get to the gate and get settled in. And
Yeah.
so I gotta find it first, then I can settle. And so learning how to be more observant about our surroundings and who's watching, that'll help us out. Hey Linda,
Yeah,
how
I'm
are you
usually
doing?
getting there at when they're starting the board. So I'm just
Oh,
like,
so you don't
yeah.
have time. Say, hey, see me on the way back when I come back in.
Look, you coming on this flight?
'Cause I don't have time.
I don't know. Sharon may meet hers while she's in the air flying. He probably would end up in the seat right next to her because she travels so much. He can end up right there on the plane with her, and it'll be a
All
match.
right.
I know, cause I'm in Michigan now, so hey,
See,
you never know.
So
world
see,
traveler. Listen to this. Are Christian men really approaching ladies in these streets? I need a controlled environment. And I don't think they are. And this is my personal opinion. Like I said, this is our opinion. If we don't say scripture, it's our personal opinion. I
yeah.
don't see Christian men, me, approaching like they used to when I was younger.
Hmm.
I see more women approaching. So that's just been my experience. What do you all think about that?
It's changing.
Yeah, it is changed
It's changing.
basically quite drastically as far as, men in the church. And I just think sometimes it's because there's been so much that has happened in the church for
Mm-hmm.
both
Yeah.
men and women that
Right.
has not been favorable.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so now it's almost like, you don't hear a lot of people go, I want a man in the church. You don't hear that. Now, what
No.
you will still hear is that I want a man who loves God.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll definitely hear that. But just saying that I want a man in the church, no, because so many times that the church became their actual wife
Mm-hmm.
and the wife
Hmm.
got left behind. you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so that's the difficult part of it. um and so yeah, it's hard to say, I want somebody in the church.
Yeah. And for
Very true.
me, with this whole new age kind of thing, um, I listen at people, and so that may be my hesitation. I'm like, okay, because everybody talking about the universe, and I'm spiritual. That
I'm
means a
Christian.
whole lot of stuff. And so I think a lot of times when we hear people, especially people, celebrities, people of renown, saying stuff like that, they don't mean the same things a lot of times that we mean when we
Correct.
say we're spiritual. So sometimes we have to be discerning when moving about and, you know, thinking about somebody to date, somebody that we want to be
Yeah.
with.
Hmm.
Mm.
Adrian and them got their own conversation going on,
I
honey. I
see
am
that.
loving it.
She
I
said,
am
you
here
better
for
buy a
it.
car and frequent the gas stations.
I'm going to the gas station. Look.
All right. See?
Oh,
Well, I love it. Okay, so I want everyone to drop places in the comments that single women should go. We see the gas station,
the club.
the club. Where should single Christian women go?
Just
The
she say
Vixen
the,
syndrome. All
the
right.
Vixen syndrome.
Maybe I missed something. What is the Vixen syndrome? Let me see. Wait a minute. I must have missed something.
Okay.
Wow.
So y'all let us know where. We want to know where. And this is what I saw in the comments. Work. We saw the store. We need to start we need to start calling banks.
All right.
That's funny.
College. College was one. And I told one of my girlfriends, both of us went to FAMU together, and that's where she met her husband. I told her, I said, when I was, and this is this whole thing, when I was in school, I was so focused on school that
Hmm.
dating took it took a backseat because I was trying to get degree. I wasn't
Hmm.
really dating, and so now y'all, I went to FAMU.
Mm.
I'm just gonna like say that right there. So
Yeah,
it
let
was
that
flooded.
marinate.
Yeah.
They were on the hill. You hear me?
Hmm.
Praise Jesus, they were there. But I was so focused and so tunnel vision and trying to complete my studies and all of that that I didn't really take a lot of time for that. And so I was like, I could have, okay,
That
never mind.
sound like me. It sound like me. I went to, I was at University of South Florida. A few different colleges because I have, a few different degrees. But I remember when I would go off, because I was on the political debate team, we would go off and compete against other colleges. And we went against those distinguished gentlemen of Morehouse. Honey,
Okay.
but I was putting it to them, and I was winning all my debates against them. And it was like I wasn't trying to mix and mingle. I was trying to let them know who I was and that I can shut them down in a debate.
Just
Oh.
So
like,
I was
and so they
it was
knew. They was like, oh, I can't marry her. I could never win an argument.
Mm-mm. Right, that part right there.
I never win an argument.
Look, look. In my college years, that was yeah. I went to an all-girl private school.
Oh, there goes
Yeah,
that.
there goes that. And then I went to DBU.
okay.
Okay, yeah, Dallas Baptist. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's good. We're no good saved men now looking for relationships. That would be a no. Okay, so
I'm
okay,
glad to see my goddaughter. Hey, Quita.
hey Quita.
Hi, Quita.
So okay, so we had because I told and oh there was someone that said that he met his wife. He was getting his master's. They were both getting their masters, and that's where they met. I was
Mm.
like, okay, I need to go back to school, get my degree, another degree.
Go on, Chrissy. Chrissy back in school.
For the
Hmm.
doctorates.
So, girl, he might be there.
Listen,
He may
but
be a
let me tell
professor.
you what my grandma told me before she passed. I said, "Grandma, yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get the doctors." And she looked at me. She said, "You're gonna have to marry you a white man." She just straight out said, "You got to marry you a white man." I said, "Why, grandma?" She said, "Because you're getting too much, and that's gonna intimidate." She said, "Yeah, you got to get a white man."
Wow. Okay.
Ooh,
They're black
okay.
doctors, but okay. uh, Alice says, why should a good Christian lady be put in an environment that is not their lifestyle?
Uh,
What does that mean though? What?
And Alice, let me know if this is what you mean. When we were talking about going to the clubs and that kind of thing, I think that I am assuming, and that's an assumption. So, Alice, let me know in the comments if that's what you mean by that.
Okay. Okay.
So the saints of God just laughing at us, y'all. They laughing at us.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think that we have to put ourselves in any type situation, but just like I said, prior to us getting on here, I was just at a bachelorette party, and
Mm-hmm.
the bachelorette party was at a club, and I was still saved while I was there. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
lose my salvation. I didn't lose my righteousness or anything like that. I was there. I love to dance. I don't have to do all the shake your booty and all
yeah,
the twerking and the
Drop it like
working
it's
and
hot.
stuff like that. Right. I was well dressed. So on and so forth. And so I don't think that I put myself in uh, a precarious situation, but I do understand what she's saying.
Right.
Don't put yourself in that predicament,
yeah,
especially if you know that that's something that's going to turn you back to your old life.
Right.
you
Or
know,
that you'll
yeah,
have to live a life that you don't
yeah,
live, because what if that's his
yeah,
life
yeah.
and
And
you're
see,
just
that was
going there
never,
just to meet somebody and that's what he wants to do all the
yeah.
time. So you have to think about that too.
Well, my husband was on his way to the club.
Mm-hmm.
He just happened to stop by the church before he went to the club. So,
And you
I
changed his
don't know. It's something
plans.
about this club thing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try and incorporate that a little bit. I'm
yeah.
just playing. I don't know. It's like everything with the club is kind of coming around.
And what happened to just believe that God has someone for them? And I
I've
believe
been
that,
believing that a long time.
and I believe that, but I think when Christians say that the expectation is that you do nothing, that you sit at
Right.
home, you don't go
Exactly.
anywhere, and you
Right.
just believe in God's plan for you.
Right.
Yes, God has a plan for you, but you have to be in position for it.
Mm-hmm.
God had a plan for Joseph to rule, but his brothers
Yeah.
had to sell him into slavery. He had to
It was.
go into jail to be
Right.
positioned for that. God had a plan for what is it? For Boaz to marry Ruth, but she had to lay
Exactly.
on that threshing floor and
Yep. At
say,
his feet.
"Cover me."
I
So
Yep.
believe.
we
Yeah, she
say
put
that,
herself in that place.
right?
Ruth
We
did.
say that all the time to single women, and just say, "Just believe in the Lord. Just believe in the Lord." And
That's why they still single.
I'm gonna go right here.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
This is what I hear in the African American church so much. We tell single black girls to wait on the Lord. But this is what I know what they do in the white church. When Sue decides she wants to be married, they're like, "Oh, Sue, you want to be married? Oh my gosh, Bob has a son. Oh, he's a great guy. We're going to hook
Yeah.
you all up together. We're having a youth group. We're going to go over here."
Yes.
They put them together. They don't just say, "Girl, just wait on the Lord and believe God got a plan." They make sure that if Sue
Right.
wants to be married, that she is in an environment where she can be marriage ready men. So I
Exactly.
want Bible believing black churches to start doing that.
Doing the
If you
same
see
thing.
Sharon, you see Chrissy, you see me that say we want to be married, you got some single guy friends, hook a sister up.
Y'all know where they at.
Stop telling us to wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and He's gonna strengthen your soul.
They know where
You
they
better
at, and they're not
preach,
saying a
Cheryl.
word.
I'm gonna
Look,
send you an offering tonight, Cheryl. I'm gonna send
She
you an
did
offering. I
good.
ain't got to say nothing over here. I'm gonna send you an offering.
but and
She
and
did very good on
I
that. It's
I
true.
see it when I am fellowshipping with my other sisters and brothers. when they're in their singles conferences and their singles meeting, they're like, well, we're gonna, for all those that want to be married, we're gonna be meeting over at the so and so and so, and we're
Right.
gonna we're gonna put names. Them jokers is hooking up. You hear me what I say? And we over here praying and fasting at the house, eating pizza, waiting for him to come.
Like
Right.
he
I'm
gonna
just
ring the
saying.
doorbell. He gonna ring the
Right.
They, yes, they do go to Bible colleges to get husbands. They go to college, regular, not just Bible colleges, regular colleges to get husbands. A lot of women,
Yeah.
they not really going for education. They going to find Mister. They gonna get one while they there, but they're going because that's
I was
where
hoping for the same thing. I was that I would
right.
find my husband in college. It didn't work out, but I was hoping that he would find me while I was in college. I sure did. I, listen, I mean, and I joined gospel choir. I thought most definitely he was going to be there. I would go to the football games. Was around athletes. I thought it was all going to come together. Yeah.
Ah,
She said Christian women hide behind complacency. I see all the ladies in my church still believing since I was about 10 or 11 years old. Now, see, that is not the will. That
Oh
is
my
not the
God.
will.
I can't. That's true. They're gonna be waiting
I
until they
mean,
rocking in the
but you know that that's what happens. We are
yeah.
always told, just wait on the Lord. You need to be found. He that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. You need to stay hid. You need to stay hid in your word, and you need to stay hid reading your word and praying and things of that nature. And it's just like, well, can I go outside? Do I go to the movie? Do I go out to dinner? What am I gonna do? So once I'm found, then I can bust everything wide open. So, but I gotta wait, and I
Right.
gotta expect him to deliver my pizza because I can't go and pick it up. So that's crazy, you know.
And
Yeah.
And I'm like, somebody said, faith without works is dead, being alone.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want us to
yeah.
be
You
balanced in that.
yeah, you gotta have that
Yeah,
balance.
yeah. Okay, I know I went on a rant right there, which is this is Church Girl Rants.
No,
But
it was good.
It was real
yeah,
good.
y'all help us out. Y'all help us out. Um, let's see.
Who knows? Maybe I'm gonna hit him with my car by accident. And
Chrissy, don't hit him, okay? Don't hit him, okay? Just we gonna pray and believe that you don't have to hurt the brother to find
Right,
the okay.
right.
I'm just praying and
Yeah,
believing.
that's not going to be good.
Alice says, but the club, and I hope you're not missing what we're saying, Alice. We're not saying that we going to Bubba's
no.
joint to find a man. When we talked about the club, we were talking about jazz clubs, those kinds of things. Ain't nobody talking about. And when we said it, we were joking. So please, the
Yeah, don't be
saints of
taking
God
that all yeah.
before y'all go somewhere else. That's what we were talking about when we said the club. And the people on my post that said the club, I am sure most of them probably met their husbands pre-Jesus. And that's where they were. And
BC, before
yeah, but
Christ.
before the Lord came in. Thank you, Lady Helen, Comedy Club. Just because
Yes,
it got
from the
club on
club.
it don't mean it's evil.
Exactly. Yeah.
She said I was tripping for a minute.
There is different clubs out there.
Yeah,
There is
Yeah.
women clubs. There's all kind of clubs
we're
for
not trying
people
to
who got
drop it like
different
it's hot to
hobbies.
get a husband, okay? I want that to be clear. I don't want the good saints of God to say the ministers and the elders and the pastors talking about go drop it like it's hot. God got a man for you at Club 101. That is not what we are saying. And I never heard of Club 101. I just made that up just so everybody, so it is all right.
You ain't been to Club 101,
Girl,
girl.
no.
It's jumping. No, I'm teasing.
Listen, listen, and I can see me now. The night if I decide to try and go is the night they end up on the news for some reason, and they'll see Pastor Chrissy
She was
just
at the
right
club.
there.
I knew she wasn't saved for real.
Look, that when we were at the bachelorette party just the other day, all of us are church girls. Why were we in the club clapping like we was in church and like we in the choir? I said, boy, we can't get rid of it if we
Oh my God.
tried.
Who
If
you
we tried, we can't get rid
no,
of it.
who you are
So
is who
it's
you
not like you
are.
can't go to the club and you still got it in you.
Hmm.
So you're not that's not somewhere that you're just gonna frequent. But that jazz club, I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
It's
That
nice. I
that
love some
that
good
right there,
jazz. Yes,
yeah.
Akila, it is a little more difficult during the pandemic. It is.
Yeah.
Like I said, because I'm not out and about like that. I know everybody else is roaming about the country, and I might roam in 2022.
I'm
But
Roman.
yes, yes, jazz clubs are nice. Yes, I
Hmm.
love jazz clubs. She said, "Save
So have
101."
we got a good answer though? Like, I'm talking about for our sake. I'm talking about for Cheryl, Chrissy, and Sharon. Did we get some good information on where we could find a man from what was given?
I got some good information as far as being more open and to
Yeah.
the places and the spaces. Um,
I'm open. I just have to go to another city. Listen. I'm gonna tell you the two relationships that I had was very serious, including the one with my husband. The
uh-huh.
gentleman did not even live in my city. They were not from here.
Okay.
Those men were from Gainesville, Florida, in your neck of the woods, Cheryl.
Well, just come on up.
Ah.
Come
Yep.
on up.
Those are the guys that have been real serious with me. So I may need to move over there.
Girl, we got room. Plenty room. And go to
Well, honey,
places where men
look, I
frequent.
just got to get settled again.
Oh,
I'm gonna go to Home Depot and to Lowe's, and I'm gonna go
Yep.
to and because I do like sports, I was like, okay, I got some sporting events that I need to start going to some sporting events, and I told since so many people said church, I said, okay, I'm gonna have to fellowship at other people's churches
Yeah.
because I know there's nobody at my church because my church is a very small aging church, and everybody married. He said, yeah, so I know,
none at
I
mine
absolutely
either.
know. So I was like, I'm about to go fellowship when they're having like little nice activities. My city does stuff all the time um, at our local parks and stuff. Where they have like little jazz nights and stuff. I said, I just
Right.
got to get out, get
Right.
about, and just do some things. When yes,
Yeah.
she said, I'll definitely be open. Yes, and for me, that's what I got from it more than like a specific place to go to, but just being more open wherever I
Right.
am, wherever
Right.
I
Nope.
am.
I'm not.
She said, "Are you guys limited to a kind of guy, color, certain job?" Um, I'm gonna give my disclaimer again.
Yeah, I was about to say, that whole church girl rants that we did the other week.
Y'all go back
Uh,
and watch it.
yeah, yeah, because that answered those questions quite explicitly.
I
Yeah.
would date any color.
Yep.
Yes, she
Mm-hmm.
will. Chrissy is ready. Yeah, and libraries, museums. Okay, she said first Friday. Our we have some great museums here because I'm in a college city. We have some
Mm-hmm.
great
Oh yeah, y'all.
museums. So I
Yeah,
thank
y'all
you
do.
for that. And I hope I haven't said your name because I'm not sure how to pronounce it and I don't want to be wrong. But Kiwi 5, I probably butchered that,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm so sorry. Talking to my head, not my heart. I will do that because I love museums. I love art galleries, and so I will when it opens back up, I will be going to some of those places as well. So
Yeah.
for me, that was my takeaway: is just be more open wherever I am, and because
Yeah.
I don't know where he's gonna be.
Yep.
Yeah. Just get out the house, you
And just
know,
enjoy life until
and
Yes,
and 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 turn on your flirtation device.
girl, I
Not
told
flotation,
y'all.
but your flirtation device.
yeah.
Okay, we will have to have Chrissy do the flirtation class very
Most
soon.
definitely.
So
Listen.
that's what. Okay. Now, and I'm gonna tell y'all this: when we do the flirt class for church girls, that's not gonna be on live.
No.
That is going to
No.
be on a closed Zoom somewhere, okay? I'm just
Yeah.
going to tell y'all right now.
Okay, okay.
The flirt class, we're going to do it. I'm going to try to do it. I got to get with Chrissy to see what her schedule is. And we're going to do the flirt class. And yeah, that's going to be offline.
Can I tell this one story, ladies? Can I tell this one story before we close? All right. So on one of my birthdays, I was hoping that a gentleman would come out with me that I had been liking. He just really he made me mad because he didn't want to come. He didn't come out with me for my birthday. So I ended up going out on my birthday. I don't know what happened that time. I couldn't get nowhere to really go out. So my parents came with me. So we go to, I think it was Kotobuki. They sit us with a group, and I had seen them all outside. They were it was a white group of people that it looked like they were from the country. You know, everybody, like, I'm just saying, like this rednecks, like the whole and so I said, and I kept watching one of them. I said, ooh, and he looks like he's so prejudiced, like he's part of the KKK. I mean, I'm just going in my mind. How about when we get inside? Who did they sit us with? That group. And they watching us, and the guy that I kept saying, oh, he looks like he's so prejudiced and racist. How about he's looking at me? He asked the person that was sitting by me, can he switch seats because it just works better for his side or something. Came down there, flirted the whole time. We took photos, started talking on the phone. Honey, he was going to do me some wood carvings. So, I mean, total. Just my birthday was lit. Heard me? I had to have one of the best birthdays ever. And I pegged that guy completely wrong. He was a white guy, redhead, with the beard. I mean, the whole, yeah.
See, you prejudged him. You thought he was prejudiced, and you prejudged him.
And honey, and what he wanted was some chocolate.
All right now. Val, no, you do not get free flirtatious advice. You have to come to the flirt clinic.
Exactly. Oh, I like that, the flirt clinic.
Yes, you have to come to the flirt clinic. We will let y'all know. We'll try to do it before the end of the year, but I have to get with Chrissy in her schedule. If it won't be before the end of the year, it'll be at the top of the new year. We'll try to do it before, in January, before February, so y'all can be flirting, so that you won't have another 14th alone. Praise the Lord. So y'all,
it needs to happen before our holidays come up, so they can have someone for the holiday season.
It's your schedule. You tell me what you got when we get offline. We're going to talk about schedule.
Because Thanksgiving and Christmas is right around the corner. And I know all these single ladies is tired of being alone on Christmas. You sitting with your family, then ate and have to do the dishes, and you don't have nobody there, and you looking like what, when, and where.
All right.
Well, and look, I'm double on that because it's my birthday. My birthday is Christmas Eve.
Okay, and Val is saying in the comments, I agree. If the saints of God that are single on here are ready for the flirt clinic, we need y'all to let us know in the comments. We will make it happen. We will, y'all know, we will make this happen. The flirt clinic will be live and in living color. And if you ain't ready, don't come.
And we can do it by the end of this month or right at the beginning of November.
Everybody's saying right before December. They're ready. Okay. So y'all let us know.
We need to have some men. We need to have some men on the flirt clinic too.
Yeah.
Okay, so some men.
Gotta have some men.
They're ready. Okay.
Single men. We need to have some single men. So I think
please, the single ones, not married.
Cheryl, I think you need to do a Facebook ad.
Yep.
She said we need an ad for the clinic.
We need an ad for the flirt clinic.
It's gonna be a good one. I can tell you this. Yeah, we got to do it. We got to.
Okay, I'm ready. So y'all be ready. Y'all be ready.
Somebody gonna find their husband doing this flirt clinic. Watch.
All right then. Come on and claim it.
Do y'all hear the instructor?
Look, name it and claim it.
The instructor is telling y'all she about to hook y'all up. Don't sleep. Don't sleep on this clinic. Y'all hear me? So when we put it out there, don't play. Don't act like you ain't see it. Don't act like you ain't see it.
I am your Christian flirt coach.
All right, the flirt coach.
Come on now.
You might need to go ahead and put that on your Instagram. And give out tips and tools and strategies.
Look, I am your CFC, your Christian flirt coach.
Don't play.
Yes.
See, prophesy,
That
sis. Don't play. Girl,
Come
I get you
on.
paid. I get you paid.
I'm your CFC.
Because it's
Chrissy,
necessary and
maybe
needed.
all those athletes and stuff that you have met, maybe they'll come on and help
Yeah.
us out, during
Okay.
that particular time.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
yeah.
That'd
So
be
go ahead and
awesome.
make your announcement.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Right. We gonna use these skills. Yes.
hmm.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Exactly.
She said single straight Christian men.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that need apply. Hello.
Single straight Christian men.
All right,
Yeah.
y'all. We
I
have
love it.
had a blast with you all tonight. We hope you have had a fun and an amazing time too. And if you did, we need you to share this broadcast. Don't be stingy. Don't keep it to yourself. Make sure that somebody else gets in on this hilarity. And before we go, I want you all to connect with my co-host on their social media sites. You'll see that Christy's IG handle. Make sure that you connect with her, and then you'll see that's let's see, hold up, praise the Lord, Sharon's
Look, I'm not
IG
there.
handle. So make sure you connect with her. And I am Cheryl Thomas Speaks on all Facebook, YouTube, and on Instagram. And y'all, before we go, I want to tell y'all I just started a new business. It's called Ministry Media Solutions. I'm so geeked about it.
Congrats.
Yes, yes.
Yay.
It will launch in November, and it's social media strategies for ministers, for pastors, for churches, especially
Nice.
small churches and faith-based entrepreneurs. So make sure that you check me out. I am on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Ministry Media Solutions. So be sure that you check me out. If we have been a blessing to you, y'all can always be a blessing to us. You can hit this Cash App here, check it out. You can also send it by my buy a coffee. So whichever one you want to do, be sure that you support us because we love y'all. Oh, thanks everybody. I appreciate you. And remember, the flirt clinic is coming. It's coming.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
y'all be ready. Look out for us. We love you all. We appreciate you also. And we will be here on next Tuesday. We're going to be talking about money and relationships. Money and relationships. Does it matter who makes more? Does it matter to
That's gonna be a
you?
good one.
Yeah, that's going to be a real good one.
Yes. So
Yeah.
y'all make sure y'all put us in pen on your calendar and meet us
Please
right
do.
back here on next Tuesday. Love you all.
I'll be back in Texas, I
Toodles.
think.
Okay, cool beans.
Toodles.
Bye.